Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 7 of our No Loan Challenge here on Transport Fever 2. Now, of course, the last episode was a pretty interesting one, of course. I keep saying of course. We created this whole, I guess it's kind of a dual passenger and cargo train line that runs from the north all the way down to the south there, as well as having a nice little blank production plant going into a tools factory there as well, which actually is going to travel all the way down to this bottom town, or this bottom city here in Springfield, and obviously deliver the tools there. So it was a big investment. We've got the whole cargo line set up, and that's, well, hopefully we have one more thing to do, and that is, of course, to get the food here and get that going into this food processing plant, the grains, which we're then going to get on our return trip back and take to Jacksonville. But the problem we ran into was having a lack of funds. And basically we weren't able to buy our passenger train. We could essentially buy one now. However, it is only going to be one carriage long. And I don't think that's going to be all that beneficial. So what I think we'll do, let's play at 2 times speed. And I'm kind of hoping that the finances are going to continue to go up. So we're up to 2.2. I might pause it there. Hold on. Let's see what we can buy now, actually, because 2.2, we might be able to get double carriage with a train. So we're going to go with the General. We will be upgrading. I'm not sure if we'll go with the Mogul, because I think there is another train that's going to be coming out in maybe 10 years' time, maybe 15. So we might upgrade, but I'm not sure if we want to pay an extra $1 million for the upgrade on the trains. And of course, there is a much higher per year cost. And at the moment, as you can see, all these cargo carriages, they can only go 50 kilometers an hour anyway, so they're kind of maxed out 5 above the General's top speed. So in my mind, it doesn't really make sense for us to be purchasing things out of our price range. Of course, we are doing the no loan challenge, so we don't have an abundance of money, and essentially everything we spend we have to earn. So yeah. So we'll go with the General, and let's see how many of these passenger cars we can actually get. Ooh, we're not going to be able to get 3. We can get 2 now. Maybe I'll just keep letting it play out. Because I think once we get 3, we should be fine. At least to set it on its way. And as you can see, we've actually lost money there through payments and stuff. So it's going to be a bit up and down, at least for the start of this episode. But I do have plans. I do have plans for this episode. Before I started recording, I did take a little look around at the map. And I may as well explain what I want to do as we try and make some more money here. Okay, so over here, obviously I want to venture out of trains. We've done trains for these first sort of 6 to 7 episodes. And I want to do boats or ships. And I feel like right here on the water, we have a nice little, a little steel possibility for us to, I guess, eventually to get some machines, which is what I want to do, because I think most of the 3 new cities on that right-hand side of the map, they all require machines, I think. So yeah, Jacksonville does, Pueblo does, and yes, they all 3. So this would be a good line, and as you can see, we do have a machines factory over here. Also, Elk Grove, a little bit lower, also require machines. The only real problem is, I guess... Actually, there's no real problem now that I'm looking at it. So we've got the forest here, the Pueblo forest. Obviously, we've got the Elk Grove sawmill, so that's an easy train route there. We will have to cut through this fairly large mountain. But that's one of those things you can't really help. And I mean, if we go through maybe on a bit of an angle through there, it might not be too expensive. So, yeah. Then obviously we'll be producing the planks here, planks will be taken up to the machines factory. And then, of course, we've got the iron ore and the coal, which we are going to set up. I think I want to do one cargo ship for the coal mine, and then I think 2 ships for the iron ore, just to hopefully balance it out a little bit. Because as you can see, to get steel, it requires a lot of materials. Now, I guess the only other thing we could also potentially do is maybe have another 2 train lines and essentially run them from this coal mine and this iron ore mine into the steel mill as well. That's a possibility, but I think I want to start off with the boats first, just so we can get some water transport going, because there's not a lot of possibilities around, really. Actually, looking over here, we've got a pretty nice little triangle here as well of the forest to planks to the machines factory. I guess the only thing holding that back would be steel production, which we do have a facility over here. We've got a steel mill up here, which isn't too far away. But it only looks like there's coal around here, which is not great. I mean, there's a couple of iron ore down here, but that seems like a massive distance away. Kind of frustrating that all these like iron ore and coal mines are all together on the map. Now we've got a couple more coal mines, 3 in very close proximity, and I mean there's a bit of a lack of quarries on the map, and these 2 are right next to each other, so that's pretty frustrating as well. Yeah. Okay, so we're kind of getting up there in the finances. We should be able to purchase that passenger train now. So let's get that. Again, I mean, now I'm kind of second guessing myself a little bit, because we could get the Baldwin class 56, because these actually go 80 kilometers an hour, the passenger cars with the clear story. So we kind of want to be going as fast as possible, so the Mogul would make the most sense. But that's going to be basically 1.5 million, which is very expensive. And like I said, there is a new train coming out relatively soon. But obviously, the faster you move people, the more money you do have to potentially make. So, bit of a conundrum. Anyway, let's put that in. Let's get rid of the general out of there. And we can actually get 3. So let's buy that right now. All right, we did it. We got the Mogul. I said I wasn't going to do it, but I changed my mind. And there we go. I don't think I've set up the passenger line yet. So let me get out of here for a second, and we will set up our new line. Maybe I already did. I just can't remember. No, I don't think we have. Yeah, okay. So, new line. Let's go passenger to Pueblo passenger, which at the moment is the only time anyone is stopping in Pueblo. There isn't any sort of cargo activity going on there. Alright, so there we go. Let's literally just make this nice and simple. I'm going to be loading and unloading passengers for each of these stops. I don't actually need to do this because obviously it's only going to have passenger cars on it. But there we go. Okay. Again, I need to rename that line. And this one's going to be Jacksonville. Maybe we'll just do Jayville to Pueblo to Springfield. And I guess we'll go passenger. I mean, that's fine. I kind of understand, even though it's Passan, you know. Okay, so that's sorted out. Let's get the train. Let's get the Mogul sent out. And like I said, there's been quite some time that we've actually progressed in the game. So in theory, there should be quite a few people waiting and sort of almost ready to go, which will be great. I also want to change the color for that train. So where is it? We need Jayville. Let's make this bad boy that nice little... this color? I mean, it's not a very nice color anyway. But there we go. The Mogul. I mean, it does look very, very nice. Even though the color is pretty dreadful. And that's actually our best train. So, I mean, it makes a lot of emission. Look at the smoke coming out of there. That's pretty crazy. Let me actually, I want to double check. What is the emission rate compared to the general? So 78 emission. It's actually better emission by 2. Okay. Pretty interesting. So yeah, there we go. We also have an extra 1 million. So let's get started on what I wanted to do. Actually, first and foremost, we need to get this this food production started over here. So we're going to use trucks for this. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and kind of exactly what I wanted to do. Once I sort of decided that we were going to also have a nice return. That's going to be very expensive right there. Can we make it cheaper, possibly? The only problem with putting it here is we're not going to be able to expand very much. Right there, I guess, is kind of perfect, almost. Let me just shift it over a little bit, make it a little bit nicer. I mean, that looks relatively good there. We'll grab a depot here as well. This one can actually go over here, it's fine. Alright, there we go. Alright, so once again, let's zoom out a little bit. We're going to need to make a new line, and this one is going to go from here to... well, we need to make another truck stop, don't we? In which we are loading our bread. Okay, well, food. I always say bread. I always say different things than what they actually are. So essentially we want to get it as close. Let's just go right there. How much do these normally cost? Okay. Let's go right on the edge here. Right there's fine. Okay, so hopefully that'll be feeding into here. And the grain will start to be made into food. Alright, so I think we want to go pretty big for this. So let's go with 8. I think we'll start off with 8. We also need to finish off our line, because I forgot to do that. So number 1 up to here. And we are going to be loading grain at number 1. And then unloading our grain at number 2. Okay, perfect. And this one is, of course, going to be Pueblo Farm, I guess. We'll do grain. We'll do grain. So grain to food, and yeah, I guess that's it. And we'll just do a V for vehicles, and that one's sorted as well. So we'll chuck those vehicles onto that line, and there we go. All right. Actually, one more thing I want to do. Let's pause the game here really quick. I want to fix up this road a little bit. I want to have it go straight onto here. So let me demolish this bit here up to about there. And then we'll grab a medium dirt road. Prefer it to curve a little bit, because that looked really ugly. Have it curve to about there. And that looks a lot better. There we go. Much straighter. And it's kind of more just a clear path straight into there. Alrighty. One more thing we will do is upgrade this nice and early. Actually, I'm not sure which side is it coming on. It's coming on that right side. Okay, so configure. Cargo. Chuck 2 more on there. That should be fine, at least for the meantime. Okay. Let's play again. I think we should be pretty good. So at least 8 of those will do a decent amount of damage. We can probably get another 4 if we really need to, which I think would be probably what's going to have to happen. How much is our... Where is our tools train? We've got a lot of tools being produced up here, actually. We've got 49 waiting to go down to Springfield. But obviously, it's quite a distance away down to Springfield. We've also got people waiting, or a person waiting in Springfield. But where's our train? Alright, there it is. It's actually on its way back. It's made a decent amount of money as well. Obviously, it's got quite a long distance, and you do get paid you get paid more for the distance that you travel with your goods. So, yeah, very interesting. And we've got a lot of people popping up in Pueblo as well. Alright, so now that's sorted out, well, kind of. Obviously, we're not going to be profiting from the food processing plant yet, so essentially the cargo run on this, well, let's call this the Eastern train line. I kind of like that. So the cargo train on the Eastern line is probably not going to be making as much profit as it will be relatively soon once all these vehicles start, you know, delivering the grain to that food processing plant. Over here is going really, really well. Almost too good, perhaps? Maybe not. Maybe we could upgrade... Let's upgrade this train a little bit. We've got a little bit of money. Is it making a profit, though? Let me have a look at that first. It's making money. It's definitely making money. Okay. So let's grab this guy and let's put on a few more of these bad boys. Let's take it up to 70. There we go. And that'll actually benefit us. We'll get a bigger delivery for this this first load with the extended carriages. So that's perfect. Obviously, we've got a lot of vehicles on these lines, which is pretty much the reason why it's doing so well. I do wish the production was a little bit higher, though. But I don't really want to put any more vehicles on it, because we will probably struggle. And there's 61 tools there waiting as well. We might... I mean, this train's still really far away, I guess. Let me have a look at this for a second. Where is this train? Vehicle manager. Whereabouts is it? It's definitely still on its way back. Still only all the way down there. Interesting. And we're just getting so many tools building up here. I wonder if it'd be worth having 2 trains running. I don't know. Obviously, I mean, having a faster train would make more sense, but then at the same time, the carriages are limited to their speed, so it's probably not going to happen. And anyway, let's not worry about that. That'll sort itself out a little bit better as we go along. Let me just go back and check everything's okay in some of our other cities. Oxnard doesn't look like it's doing too well at the moment. Maybe it is. Maybe I'm mistaken. Obviously, this train is probably... I mean, it's not full. Still not full. Only at 76 out of 98. How many have we got waiting over at Atlanta? I mean, 44. So it's, I mean, it's building up there relatively nicely. Looks like the fuel... I mean, it's still going pretty well. We should probably upgrade these a little bit more, to be honest. I mean, we've got a lot of food waiting to be delivered. I'm thinking I might add some more vehicles to that line, the food line there. Grab another 6. And they need to go on the Atlanta grain to food. Because there's a big build up, man. 45 still waiting to get into the actual city itself. And as you can see, that extra 45 in there would be, you know, pretty close to maxing it out. So would definitely be pretty beneficial. I mean, this train is, it's very slow. It's very slow. It was our first ever train that we got. Well, second, essentially, because we upgraded from the first train. Okay. So that's all looking good. I mean, Oxnard, I'm not too sure about Oxnard. I mean, they're getting a decent amount of people. We're actually losing people. Let me pause it here. We're losing people that are being dropped off here. So we're going to need even more stagecoaches. It'd be really nice if we could get some buses here. Let's go with 5. I'm gonna put 5 on each line. So Atlanta. Oh no, we're in where are we? Oxnard. We'll go 5 onto there, and then we'll grab another 5. And we'll chuck them onto the reverse loop as well. Alright. Hopefully that'll sort out the problems a little bit better. Let's go down here and check on our sort of main line. Downey has so many people. Oh my god. 197 people waiting to go to Surprise. I mean, it is a relatively big distance. Let me pause it here. What's the capacity? Because it looks really small. It is. It's super small. Okay. Let's essentially just add as many as we can, which is only going to be 1 at the moment. Let me press play. And we'll come back into that. Hopefully we can get over. Okay, let me pause right there. Let's get 2 now. We can actually afford it. All right. 2 more of those, up to 80 capacity. It is poor though, which is a little frustrating. So we've got 45 Ks on flats. Medium is only 19 kilometers, and it doesn't have enough power for high slopes. So that actually could be a bit of a problem. Anyway, I don't really care. We'll deal with that problem once it comes. I don't think there's any actual slopes here, because we did just cut straight through the mountain. I didn't realize that we cut through twice here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Also, let me manage this vehicle. Let's get the rest of it in green as well. Okay, there we go. So hopefully this should come in a bit nicer. Almost 200 people, man. That is crazy. I mean, we might want to just get a second train on this route. And look how many, there's 160. Oh my, all right. We definitely need a second train. But we're currently out of money. We're in negative 185,000. Which I don't think is going to be too big of a problem, but it definitely puts a bit of a spanner in the works for me wanting to build the ships for this episode, the boats. The cargo boats. Yeah, I don't know. It's honestly, it's perfectly fine. Because, you know, it's not going to take too long, and we're already back in profit now, but give it a little bit of time. Let the trains, especially the passenger trains, do their thing. If I show you the... Ooh. Yeah, that one's costing us a lot of money. It was kind of the reason why I didn't want to go for the bigger train. And it's only at half capacity as well. Let's, I kind of want to follow that one. It's obviously going to be a lot faster. Whereabouts is it? Already all the way down here already? Nope. Okay, so it's there. How fast is it? It's only going 48 kilometers. I mean, it's definitely going faster than the other train. But it also costs us about $1 million more. And as you can see, we're kind of stagnant at the moment in regards to our finances. Like I said, sometimes bigger trains are not better. You want to try and at least spend within your means. And once again, we're actually negative, so what I'm thinking is we might actually have to sell this train and just go for a lower train. it's not really going to make the money back. It's only got 24 passengers on it now, and it's still a relatively far distance away from Springfield. I mean, it's going super fast now. It's going up to 70. It'll go to 75 kilometers an hour. I'm just kind of wondering if that was maybe a silly thing to do, because it's costing us 50,000 every time we get charged. So that's racking up, and I don't think 24 people is going to make, you know, roughly 600,000. And as you can see, our finances, we're 500,000 in the negative at the moment. I kind of just want to see how much this is actually going to make, and then I'm going to make a decision from there, because there's definitely not even enough people. It's only 15 people waiting in Springfield, which is really not great. It's just not great. Do we actually have a... Hold on. I don't think we have a bus line in Springfield, do we? That would be the reason why there's no people waiting for the train. Okay, well, we can't actually do anything right now, so we'll have to kind of ignore that, but where's this train? Let's go double speed. I just want to see it come in just that little bit quicker. Yeah, there's literally only 15 people waiting, and it's only servicing a very small area of Springfield itself. Alright, moment of truth. How much? I'll be happy if it's a lot. 185,000? Okay, we definitely need to sell this train. We're definitely not ready. Anyway, the first thing I want to do, I guess, is we need a bus stop. I'm going to try not to demolish any of these buildings, but I don't think we... Ooh, we can just fit it in there. Oh, that's super lucky. Okay, that looks pretty straight there. And that is so... That's so close to these buildings, man. Okay. So... bus stops. Let's go one here. We'll have a double line because there is quite a lot of people in Springfield. I guess we could maybe have it go out here as well. Obviously, it's gonna grow out this way, so it'll turn around, come back this way. Let's go maybe to here. Then which way do we want? I guess we want it to come this way, probably. Let's go there. Do these stops... Yeah, so these stops service over here, so that's fine. Okay. Let's go right up the top here. And we'll chuck two there. Let's go down the middle here as well. This is a relatively large city. Okay. Then I guess we'll have it come around here, maybe. And then eventually come up and end up here before it returns. I guess we can go a little bit further in as well. Alright. I think that looks pretty good. I just noticed they built another road there. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks alright. That definitely looks alright. Okay, new line. So number 1, 2, 3... Oop, hold on. 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Why is it turning around there? I kind of wanted it to go up there. Yeah, I feel like that's very strange for it to do there. Okay, there we go. I was wondering why it was doing that. It's very strange. Okay. This one's going to be called Springfield. I guess bus loop. It's going to just be the regular one. There we go. And then, of course, we need the reverse loop. So we'll start off there. All right, there we go. So Springfield reverse bus loop. Alrighty. We need a depot. I think we can get a nice depot right there. Perfect. Okay. Let's grab about how many we want? Let's go 5 for now, I guess. But like I said, we'll probably have to add more, which is kind of the case every time we make one of these. Obviously, it's going to cost... did I not buy those? Okay. It's going to cost us less in maintenance fees and stuff like that by buying them once we actually need them and there's a decent demand. Okay, so the next thing, I guess, was the train. Yeah, I mean, it's losing way too much money. Now I guess the question is, do we want to just go with the general, which is going to be going slow? We could maybe downgrade it for that. Alright, so we get about 300,000 back. But we would be saving an extra 50,000 per year. I mean, we're nearly saving 100,000 by getting a general. I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. It's going to expand. I need to take the money loss as it comes right now, I feel like. I feel like I'm getting a little bit down on myself with this line. We've got a lot of people. We've got 50 people waiting back up here. So once those people start to get spread out a little bit more, we should be fine. Okay, let me just play it out. Yeah, let's just play it out. I want to see what happens. Okay. We might need a few more people. Yeah, let's grab a few more for both of these lines. Let's go 4. We don't have any money. Okay, lovely. Should have paused the game and bought more. Anyway. I'll wait for us to get a little bit more money. Which... we also need to expand that train. Which should have been the next thing, because we've got a really big amount of tools waiting there for us. There's so many passengers waiting. And it is actually getting better at Pueblo. Actually, one thing I want to double check. Did I mess up this line? The passenger line? Yes, I did. Because I need to add Pueblo back in as another stop. Yeah. Otherwise, it's not going to pick up again on the way back, which would be a bit of a loss, because we can actually get a full load in this next train, so that'd be great. Hopefully. Hopefully they want to go up to Jacksonville. It's all very interesting. We've got a lot of planks building up here as well. Of course, we did just recently upgrade this bad boy. How much is he making for a load of 70? Let's find out how much he's going to make. Should be a relatively decent amount. Now that we did actually upgrade its capacity. Okay, over 500,000. That is, that's very nice. Alright, so with that said, let me pause it here because we need to get more vehicles here. Alright, so let's grab 5 more stagecoaches here. Essentially for both lines. Alright, there we go. That was pretty costly, again, but at the same time, we should be fine. Now, one thing I do want to focus on is this train, because this train needs a lot of work. It's going to be... I feel like it's going to be a fairly tough one to get right, or at least it's going to take quite some time in order for us to get it right in the first place. And of course, having both trains without dual tracks would find itself being a bit of a problem. What we might have to do is have a little section in the middle where we have dual tracks running back into singles. That might be what we have to do, or we'll just have dual tracks once we make enough money running the whole way down. Because what's going to happen is these guys, it's going to be a Mexican standoff, and one of them's going to have to stay and wait at one of these stops here. Obviously, I'm kind of hoping... I'm hoping that the passenger train's going to continue on, because that is, of course, the more expensive one, so... we'll just have to wait and see. I feel like this one's actually going to get into the food processing cargo station first. Very interesting. And of course, it's very expensive. Anyway, let's jump in here and have a look what happens. He didn't actually stop. Why didn't it stop here? There are people waiting there, so I find that very strange. That's really strange. Why didn't it stop? What on earth has happened here? Okay. Now we've got a problem. I guess I didn't have a signal on this side. I feel like we can fix this pretty easily. Let's reverse you. Send you back on your way. Hopefully this guy will come through. Is that what's going to happen? You going to come through, buddy? Come on. You can do it. No, he's still waiting there. Alright, so we got some stuff to work out, and I don't really have any money to do it, so it's going to be quite difficult. What if I get rid of this signal here? Let's get rid of that for now. I want to see what he does. Okay, so now it's starting to move. Let me pause it here again. I think we're definitely going to have to do double tracks. Otherwise, this is going to start getting really complicated. But I guess what I should do in the meantime is have signals there. And I guess I need them coming out here as well. Yeah, I mean, it's super... Obviously, I don't exactly know how signals work, but I have a pretty good... a relatively basic understanding of them. Anyway, so that's going to start heading back, but what I want to do is actually reverse this again. Let's reverse it again. Alright, so hopefully he'll come in this side, wait in here. Why is this guy... Okay. We've got some big problems. Why is this guy not on this side of the track here? Okay, let's have a look. Yeah, so he goes down on that side. Okay, that's definitely not what we want to do. How do I make this bad boy? Where did it go? This one here. What I want it to do is come in on this side. But I honestly have no idea how to do that, so... I can try and figure it out myself, but I just don't think it's going to work. I guess the only other thing I could maybe do is hopefully just to get around this little issue that we're having is... I mean, I can't even do that at the moment. Need to reverse him again. I'm gonna get this down pat. We just need to get him off this track for a second. So just there, pause it there. Then I need to somehow out of here. This is not actually possible. We need more track. I mean, let's try and do this, I guess. This seems really silly, and I'm definitely going to try and figure out a better way of doing this. But at least for now, let's just run some tracks up here. And let's just connect that there for a second. Okay. Let me reverse this guy once again. Super frustrating. Anyway. Hold on. He's gonna continue to use the same track, isn't he? I mean, they're both trying to use the same track when it's not exactly necessary for, like, one direction. I mean, right now it's going to be fine because he's obviously going to go that way. And this guy is going to wait and then go that way. But what the problem is we need this guy to be coming down on this track. Yeah, it's a bit of a tough situation. And that looks super ugly right there. So with that being said, let's, at least for this section here, I'm going to run double tracks all the way. I'm not exactly sure if that's going to really do anything though. We'll do it anyway. We'll do it anyway. Because I don't really want to deal with this problem anymore. If I can, you know, just slightly avoid it. I'll remove that bit there. Need to remove a little bit more as well, probably. To there. Alright. We should be able to just follow the tracks all the way down now. But again, this is where it's going to get relatively interesting. I guess I'll have it go to there. And then we just connect that to there. Like that. Jeez, that looks almost too complicated for what it needs to be. Anyway, let's leave it at that for now. That should hopefully sort out a problem there. I guess I should have just probably done double tracks the entire way. It would have essentially prevented this problem from happening, because we obviously have one going one way, one going the other way, with the signals following all the way down in the same direction, which I think is what my problem is at the moment. Anyway. Enough about that. That kind of did my head in a little bit. Either way, I just want this train to start making a real profit, which hopefully it should be doing, because there's 90 people waiting. Again, what I might do, I just want to keep investing into this train, because the more I invest into it, the better off it's going to be. So let's grab another. We could get 2 more. Do I want to just get 1 for now? Yeah, let's just get 1 for now. And I think that'll be pretty beneficial by the time it gets to Jacksonville. And, you know, there's a decent amount of people waiting in Pueblo as well. I'm kind of wondering if it doesn't recognize that it can pick up from Pueblo a second time. Very interesting. Okay. I mean, that track there looks so ugly. Oh my god. If you have OCD, that's got to be freaking you out a little bit. Either way, I think we've kind of sorted that problem out a little bit. So I'm kind of glad. We've got 33 people waiting on that bus loop there. Alright. Let's grab all these. Where's the duplicate button? There we go. Alright. So we've got another 4 on that line. Which should hopefully sort out the problem. We might need another 4 on the other loop as well. Let's grab another 4 on the reverse loop. Alrighty, there we go. I want to have a look at this line. Yeah, as you can see, they're both using the same line, which is essentially not what I want to do. I want to have like a down track and then obviously an up track. But having this here might be a bit of a problem. What I might have to do is just go through and re-add all of the lines that are on this train track here. I mean, Springfield's going off at the moment. 38 people waiting for the reverse bus loop. 22 for the regular. Alright, we'll grab some more. Like I said, I knew I was going to have to do this at some stage, but it was a lot quicker than I sort of expected. So there we go. We'll grab, just duplicate. So we have 8 on each line there. Alright, we've got a decent amount of people waiting. Alright, so it is actually maxed out from Springfield. I guess the main thing would be seeing how it's going to operate this area, shall we say. I guess what I could do is instead of having it run onto this track, we just have it run onto this track. Let me pause it for a second. We've got enough money. Let me bulldoze this for a second here. And let's run it into here. As far as possible inside. Right there. Now I want to have a look at that line. That just made it worse. I guess the only other thing I could maybe do is... Let me try and just connect these two over. Will that do anything? It did literally nothing. Okay. Yeah, I might have to do a little bit of investigative work off camera, I think, because I want this to run a lot smoother. Otherwise, we're going to be hemorrhaging some money. And I know I said I wanted to do boats in this episode, but as you can probably tell by the title, it didn't go as planned. And things are kind of backfiring. I kind of wish that I had just set up the line a little bit better the first time. Yeah. How's it doing down here? I mean, essentially, it's kind of doing what I wanted it to do. But it's also kind of not doing what I wanted it to do. Alright. So I think we'll end the episode there, guys. Thank you very much. My voice is going. Thank you very much for watching. If you could drop a like on the video, it'd be much appreciated. And of course, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell if you haven't done so already. It'll mean that you'll get notified when these episodes do come out. And as you'd probably expect, next episode, I'll have everything sorted out. I'll explain it a little bit and what I've done to sort of fix everything in regards to our eastern train line. And yeah, we'll actually go forward and do what I planned for this episode, next episode, and we'll get some cargo ships going and some steel production being made as well. I really wanted to get into that this episode, so it kind of sucks that we didn't. Either way, it's fine. I think it's more important fixing up what we already have and making sure that this eastern line is going to be truly profitable like I kind of wanted it to be. So many tools waiting there. Absolutely way too many tools. Could maybe do something this way. Anyway, enough about this line. I'm going to, like I said, sort it out off camera. And I'll join you back for episode 8, where I'll explain everything that we've done. Anyways, as always, guys, that's it from me. Take it easy, and goodbye.